All right. Let's talk about section number 16.9, total bill including tip and tax. Okay. This time we're going to be doing similar to what we did before with this tip, but this tax is going to be kind of our key addition, and it's going to be what's different about this section than what we've done before. We're going to return to using the calculator because it's going to be easier for these sections. So we're going to look at, let's start with an example of Jared and friends went and got some Chinese food. And their total bill after the restaurant was $47.50. The restaurant charges 6% sales tax, and him and his group want to leave a 20% tip as well. The question is, how do we take these two pieces of information, three including our price, and create the total bill? How would we calculate that? Okay, first let's take a look at some of these terms. Well, we already know what the tip is. The tip is money that goes directly to the server. Or whatever other job they are doing. This money does not go to the restaurant, doesn't go to anyone else, it just goes right into their pocket, and it counts as extra income. And we use it to reward good service. At least that's the idea that we're supposed to use. The sales tax, well, it's not just money that the restaurant says, hey, let's charge 6% more for everything. No, this sales tax is money that goes directly to the government. Now, it doesn't go to all government equally. In fact, sales tax typically goes to local and state. So in our case, it would go to San Diego and California. Now, Washington, D.C., or the federal government, does not get any of the sales tax. They get their taxes through other means, typically income taxes where they get it. But this sales tax goes directly to our local government. And they are going to use it to spend things like roads, schools, festivals, and any other things that they need to, it's going to go to police, fire, and anything else that they need to buy in order to get the city running. Okay? Now, one thing that someone might be tempted to say is, okay, if I was going to figure this total thing out, I would just say $47.50, and I would say, well, if 6% sales and 20% tip, so I can just add these together to get 26%, and I can add it on. Well, that's actually wrong. We can't do that in this case. And the reason that we can't do that is order of operations. Because when restaurants calculate their money that we owe them, they put the tax in first. And the reason they do that is to inflate the price so that we give them a more tip than we would have otherwise. So we have to do the sales tax first and then the tip afterward. We can't combine them into one percentage. It doesn't work that way. For example, let's take a look at this. I'm going to add my sales tax in first. Okay, so my first step is I'm going to say we have our $47.50. And I'm going to add the sales tax in. So I'm going to take this, turn it into a decimal, 0.06, that's how I'd write 6%, times my original amount, 47.50. And I'm going to have to do that first, and then I'm going to have to calculate the tip again. And I'm going to add that on. But my tip is going to be 0.2, but the original amount for my tip is going to be this total right here. So I can't put this in yet. I'm going to have to wait for a minute to add it in. So first, let's simplify this. And let me grab my phone and load up the calculator app so that we can do some quick math. Here's my calculator app. Here we go. So I'm going to do 0.6 times 47.5. Get, oops, I did that wrong. It should be 0.06 times 47.5. I get $2.85. All right, so now I can calculate the total. We could say pre-tip, before we calculate the tip. I'm going to add these two together. So I have 2.85 plus 47.5 is going to give me $50.35. $50.35. Okay, now I can add in my tip. Remember, I'm using 0.2 to represent my tip because my tip is 20%. So this kind of came down into this section of my math. And the original that I'm going to be adding, or multiplying to this, that I'm going to be adding back to my original, is this number that I now have because I use the post-tip, or sorry, the post-tax, or after I've calculated the tax. So I'm going to say 0.2 times 50.35. 0.2 times 50.35 is equal to $10.07. So now I'm able to calculate my total tip, or my total bill. Sorry, I keep using the wrong words. I have $10.07 plus 50.35, $60.42. And that is the total bill with tax, with tip. Now, if that made sense, how to follow it, awesome. I'm going to do another quick example as well, because this is kind of complicated and it's a little bit hard to kind of see all the steps as we're going. If you feel like you understand it, then you can go ahead and go on from here. I'll do another example, and in this case, let's see. We're going to look at a problem that has a total bill of $62.70 with 4% tax and a 20% tip. All right, so first I'm going to calculate my after-tax amount. Calculate after tax. Okay, to do that, I'm just going to take my bill plus 0.4% of the amount that I've got, 62.70. And this is that money that goes right to the government. 62.7 times 0.04. $2.51. Now, because I'm dealing with money, I can cut off that last digit down there because I don't need my hundredths. I'm not going to be talking about tenths of a penny. So I'm going to have $2.51. And they typically round up because, as I said before, they try to get as much money as possible. So $62.70 plus $2.50, 51. I'm going to write 62.7 plus 2.51. $65.20. 21 cents, sorry. Okay, now I'm going to add the tip back in. So I have 0.2 because that's how I got from my 20%. And I'm going to multiply it by the bill that I've currently got, my new original after I calculated the tax. 65.21. And I can calculate that. 0.2 times 65.21. And I'm going to have $13.04. $13.04. I'm going to add that back in now that I have this is my tip amount, remember? And I have, let's see, 65.21 plus 13.04. 0.04. And my total amount that I owe is $78.25. All right. Hope this makes sense. If not, check these out, and you should be able to do the homework from this, because this is exactly as the homework kind of does their numbers from here. All right. Good luck. If you get stuck, ask me.